Bang them had it this morning. I sent it to
How
Bang.
he talking about like
I'm hit up
15
and
minutes. It's about 15, 10 minutes before what he just said right there. Cause it was like at the end where he said, I wish that bullet would have hit him. I don't know who he was talking about, but he definitely said that I wish that bullet would have hit
Where
him.
Bang at? Bang played the shit this morning.
Yeah, when they asked him if it was anything
What?
different that could have
Yeah.
I thought
So
happened.
he was talking about the
Yeah.
Mike. I thought he was talking
where
about the other
Eric
nigga.
at?
I'm
Eric,
right
you got
here.
that clip?
Eric got it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
sent
looking
it to
for it.
you
I'm
and
looking
Bang
for it.
about 2, 3 in the morning.
All right, I'm.
Yo, this shit is. Why did he let him completely read that whole statement that Gilly was reading? He kept stopping him. He did try to narrate that
I
whole
don't want
thing.
to hear nothing about niggas talking about why Wack read paperwork.
You see that shit, Wack? You
Yeah,
see
he
that
reading
shit?
it. Yeah, I don't want to
You
hear
see
nothing
that
about
shit?
that shit.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. That hey, Unc, when he
Yo,
went to that paperwork though, I was like, that remind me of Unc right there. That nigga went to that paperwork.
Yeah,
Eddie,
yeah.
and he
Why you?
mentioned no gun though. If you listen to it, he said he looked like he was gonna hit him, and then all of a sudden, what's his name? Jay Prince starts mentioning, oh, he had a gun and he hit him with the gun. The guy never mentioned nothing in the paperwork about a gun. You got to listen to that shit. This shit is bad work on their end.
Are we saying that the what's the dude name with the Migos though? The one that did do the shooting, what's his name?
Ego
I
Bands,
don't know.
aka Willie
Nego
Blands.
Bands.
Is he snitching? Are we saying he's snitching?
He ain't saying
No,
nah, hell nah.
who's the
Hell
nigga?
no,
He the
he.
one left.
He left. He left. He left.
The
He didn't say
paperwork.
shit
He
about
the one
nothing.
in the paperwork giving
Yeah,
statements.
who was the nigga giving the statement?
The Migo Bands. That's
That's
who.
They
Willie
saying it's
Bland's
Miko
giving the
Band.
statements, Whack.
I
I
think
think
it's
what
I
it
think it's
is
fake.
as Willie Bland is talking, right, and Jay Prince is trying to get the narrative off of him because if it come out that Jay Prince really gave him that gun, that's where shit gets weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm
And
at.
he put it on Josh Prince.
That's a
Yeah,
fact. That's where I'm
that's
at right there.
There you go.
Now,
no, but
who was the nigga? That ain't the nigga that was arrested for the murder, though, was it?
yeah,
No.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, he ain't in jail
Oh,
now.
that's the
Hey,
DJ.
but Unc though, is
That's
that
the
the
A
nigga?
and R.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's the nigga on the
no, it was
Migos side, Unc.
it was a
No,
D.
Arrested. He
yeah.
was not arrested. He was not
Hold on, there's only one nigga arrested was the DJ nigga.
He talking
the
about the
fat dude.
Willie nigga.
DJ
Who's
Yeah,
Pat,
the
that
some
was
shit,
Willie
right?
nigga?
Migo.
What's DJ Pat name?
Who's the Willie nigga?
Patrick, damn Patrick something.
He was the one arrested.
He bailed out.
Him and Cameron.
Patrick
Cameron was
Patrick
arrested for the
Clark.
gun. Cameron arrested for the
Patrick
gun. The other
Clark.
one was
Patrick
arrested.
Clark.
Patrick Carter was arrested for the murder, was the shooting.
Yeah, but remember,
So
Beast, he
Cameron
bailed out
is
like a
Willie.
month ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got out.
So I didn't know Cameron got arrested.
Cameron got arrested for a gun. He got arrested for a gun.
Joshua
He was the first
Cameron
one.
is the little
Wait,
kid.
so he ain't killed nobody. His gun didn't kill nobody.
No, no,
He shot.
no. He didn't shoot. They just got found a gun on him, and then he was on a parole. He was on a parole
Oh,
violation
they
from
found a
California.
gun on him out there
Yeah,
I
on the
think they're
scene.
hiding shit. To be honest with you, we're not getting
Oh,
everything.
that's a little different.
yeah. So he was found with a gun. Supposedly, I'm not even going to say on the scene. I'm going to say he just got caught with a gun there, wherever he got caught with a gun. But then he only kept him because he has a parole hold from California.
Oh no, that's the nigga, Lil Cam nigga.
Yeah,
Yes,
Cameron.
yes.
Oh,
That's not
that's
who
Lil
Willie
Cam
is.
from the Fifth Ward that came
Yeah,
back to Cali.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
Lil Cam giving statements.
No, they saying Willie from the
Nah,
Migo
the
side.
Willie Bland giving space. That's what I'm
So
saying.
Cam got
Jay Prince
arrested
is
for the
trying to
gun.
derail and try to say
Yeah.
that the dude
So
Bland is lying in the paperwork. And why would we give a gun to somebody who's gonna fight somebody that threw the punches?
some Bland is on Jay Prince them side.
Migo side.
he's Willie. No,
Mm-hmm.
Nah, slow down,
he's
right?
Migo Bands. Willie
Cam is
Blands
on
is
Jay
Migo.
Prince them side. The nigga got caught. He had a gun case in Cali.
Willie
Right.
name is Migo Bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, the
So
nigga
the
look
Migo
Willie
sketchy.
nigga
Bland's
saying
is the
the
A and R
Migo
for
nigga
Honcho
saying
Records.
yeah, he the nigga saying he's saying Jay Prince them gave me a pistol when I got to Houston. That's what he's saying.
Uh-oh, you went out,
Yep.
Wack.
Is that what he's
You went
saying?
out a little bit. After you said they saying Jay Prince, then you went out.
Jay Prince them gave him a gun when he got to Texas. That's what he's saying.
That's
That's what
correct.
Willie
But his
Bland is saying in the paperwork.
but his gun wasn't used. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't did nothing with that gun.
Yeah, I think they said that one was in the trunk.
Yeah, well that ain't nothing anyway. So what that got to do with the murder?
They saying Jay Prince saying that dude started everything.
He's stating
That's
it from
what he
his
said.
story though. They're not even reading the full paperwork. If you listen to him, he's just trying to narrate the whole story. They're not even letting him.
Yeah,
That's
is that in
yeah.
that paperwork? That's what I'm saying. Is that in the
That's
paperwork,
why I want
or
that
is he
paperwork.
just talking? That's what I want to
Yeah,
know.
that's what I'm
Is
Yeah,
he
we
just,
don't know
oh
what's in the
damn,
paperwork. Real
is he
talk.
Sound
just
like
We
he
reading
just
don't.
that
talking.
paperwork? And yeah, is he reading that out of the work, or is he just talking?
He
Because
just
Some
if
of
talking.
he
that
just
stuff
talking,
Billy
he
reading.
telling.
Yeah, so we had an opportunity to listen to the entire interview this morning, and a lot
Nah, I
of the
want to
times
listen to
during
that one
the
clip.
reading of the paperwork, Jay Prince would stop the reader to tell him to read this part and read that part.
Yeah,
So
reading
he
the
was
part. If it's
definitely
in the work, it's in
controlling
the
the
work.
narrative.
If it's in the work, it's in the work. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
if he like, well, let me tell y'all how I went, and what he's saying ain't in the work is a different story.
He
Yeah, he
over
claiming
explained
it
a
wasn't
lot,
working.
so
Huh?
he
Yeah, he
did say a
going.
lot in that interview.
Wack,
A
I
lot
got
of
that
stuff.
clip
He
ready
going
if
off
you
by
want it.
assumption.
Yeah, let's hear that clip. Let's see who we talking about. Who we wish it would have been. The bullet would have killed. Let's hear.
I think he was talking about the nigga on Quavo side, huh?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Other than that, the worst thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he wouldn't have never came with Quavo. I wish he wouldn't have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean? This whole root of everything happening is from his actions. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Takeoff didn't deserve that. So that's the worst thing that I could think of because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean? It's bubbly and lovey dovey.
Right.
You know.
And I understand that,
Yeah,
the takeoff situation is the most important
yeah,
thing, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, other than that, from the Prince standpoint, it might be like that ever even was possible that it could happen.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, real clearly, and as I said, man, the root. Everybody, even the police department, want to get around the root.
When you get into feelings, what's the worst feeling that y'all had that from what happened that night? Like what eats at y'all the most of what happened that night? Other than Takeoff, yeah, losing his life.
I don't. Yeah, let me just say this. I don't think I heard you say other than that, but that's at the top. You know what I mean? He lost his life. Other than that, the worst thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he wouldn't have never came with Quavo. I wish he wouldn't have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean? This whole root of everything happening is from his actions. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean? Takeoff didn't deserve that. So that's the worst thing that I could think of because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean. It's bubbly and lovey dovey.
Right.
You know.
All right, so yeah, he talking about the nigga that was with Quavo, the A&R nigga.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Wack, check it out.
Oh, is that his brother? Is that Quavo brother?
No, he the A&R for
So
Honcho
what?
Records, but
Somebody
that
he
he
So
was
what
just
that?
definitely
trying to
with
say he
Quavo.
was. Somebody
But
was
check it
trying to
out.
say
They
he was.
say the police say the bullets went into the bowling alley that Willie Bland had. He said, I'm looking for said it says that they checked his gun, right? But they still never even found out this Patrick dude. They saying whatever gun he shot is the one that killed Takeoff. But they couldn't find the gun, so they got a warrant to search his truck and all that shit. I don't know if anything came out after this,
What
but
about the
Willie
gun?
Bland.
Who shot the lady? I hate the fact that niggas just forget about it was a
The
young
girl got
lady that
shot
was in
too.
critical.
Yep.
She was in critical for a month. Niggas just forgetting about her.
But
He
right,
mentioned
what the only thing I'm reading is said police said Bland's bullets went into the bowling alley but didn't hit anyone. They add that the shots that killed Takeoff were reportedly fired by 33-year-old Patrick Clark, who was arrested on December 1st.
So now they got to determine who fired first.
Right. And it sounds like, based off what Jay Prince is saying, he's saying that Willie Bland probably tried to shot first,
So that's
and
what
that's
he's
what
trying to
started
say.
all of it. And this
That's
dude,
what he's
Patrick,
telling
shot
us.
back.
He's a
No,
rat.
he swung first.
He definitely
He
is telling
rat.
in the
He
paperwork.
rat.
He telling. Listen, listen. If Jay Prince is sitting there saying Willie shot first, and the paperwork ain't stipulating that, he telling.
Fact. That's where I'm coming. That's where I've been trying to get this to the whole time. Jay Prince is telling.
If that nigga is saying Willie Blunt, his brother, because of his son, or somebody told him that was there. If
Right. That's
listen,
why. That's
this
why
how
he.
this works.
That's why he didn't want him to read the part that he was about to read because that was going to
Yes.
tell it all.
Yes.
Any assistance from the streets to law enforcement is telling. I don't give a fuck who you are. Nah, the car wasn't white. It was red. You telling. If it says in there that Wack 100 identified the car as being red, I'm telling. This is just what it is. So if that paperwork doesn't say that Willie shot first and then Patrick returned fire, and that's how Takeoff was killed. If that paperwork don't say that, and that's Jay Prince narrating. That's not even narrating. That's Jay Prince saying, I'm telling y'all, Willie Bland's the one shot first and then Patrick returned fire. If those are his words, and no investigator has put that in a police report, he telling.
Yeah,
That's
that's
where
that's a
I'm coming.
that's a
That is where I
testimony.
was going, getting around this whole thing to. He is telling. He is fucking. And if not, his son's in there telling. Somebody's telling that motherfucker, and that's
They
why they jumped
both
over that whole.
telling.
They jumped over that whole portion.
I
Jazz
think
Prince
it's
wasn't even on
fake
the interview.
paperwork.
No. Gilly got the paperwork, so we need to get at Gilly to see if we can see that paperwork.
That
Fact.
paperwork out, bro.
Wack,
They
He
check
been
your
used
back
this
channel.
interview to push his narrative. That's what he.
All we want to see is what's being said in the work versus what he voluntarily saying.
That's it. That's all we want to see.
It sounds like he testified.
That's exactly what it
That's
sounds like.
all
Hey,
we want
let
to
me
see.
ask you this. Let me
We need
ask you
that work
this.
now.
Go ahead.
Hey, at one time, didn't Jay Prince say he didn't know the cat that was the shooter? He wasn't part of their camp.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We
Didn't he say
don't.
that? So what he doing now? He's shifting it by actually telling on the Migos people, but he's trying to establish an alibi for the cat he say he didn't know. But he's trying
But
to be
but
slick
but here
with it.
go the thing though, Rambo, right? Ain't no
Yeah,
nothing. What happened? What you don't know, didn't know, nothing.
nothing. Yeah. But see, so he killing himself though by talking.
See,
Killing
cause this
himself by
what's going
talking.
on, world, that y'all listening.
Because he won't
See,
clout.
motherfuckers be mad at me because I call it how I see it. But this what I know. Let that be whack adding to some shit that ain't in the paperwork. You motherfuckers have crucified me. So I'm gonna remain to be the crucifier, aka Lucifer without the biblical motherfucking bullshit tied to it. I got the tail, the horns, and the motherfucking dragon breath. We flaming shit up over here. So yeah, I'm gonna get
Hey,
involved. You know
hey,
why I'm gonna get involved? I'm gonna get involved because little doodle dot chose to go to $1 million worth of game. Again, little doodle dot chose to go to $1 million worth of game when nobody on Quavo on them side is doing interviews. They ain't saying shit. He hollering niggas' names that ain't said nothing. He hollering niggas' names, right? The nigga on his fourth or fifth, y'all ain't got a motherfucking thing to say about Lil Doodle Dot, aka Lil J Rent or Big J Rent, aka Squarehead Sherman. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this nigga running around like nigga, like fucking Offset said, right? Nigga, what about this man's family? You keeping this shit going, nigga. Ain't nobody said nothing. You running around on the motherfucking world tour doing interviews, clout chasing. You say you ain't this, you say you ain't that. You clout chasing. Right? You
Facts.
got your son sitting there talking about mob ties. Nigga, ain't nobody in the mob ever condone rape. You got a sealed file, nigga, and I dare you, Jay Prince Jr., go get all your work, nigga, for every time you been locked up, nigga. And if you lie, I'll go to Atlanta and go find that girl, which I already found her, nigga. That you got the rape case on. Ain't nobody in the mob condoning the motherfucking rape. Let's put that on the table now. You known for beating women and taking pussy, right? Niggas been up under you. Nigga up under you right now every day, nigga. Right? So at the end of the day, all of y'all wonder why Wack? I'm gonna tell you why Wack. I was fucking with the Migos before he was. I was fucking with the Migos when I had to put them niggas in my Rolls Royce and drive them because all they wanted to eat was Taco Bell. Right? So I got a right to speak on it. QC, my family, been my family, will always be my family. Win, lose, or draw, right or wrong. Right? So, at the end of the day, if Jay Prince is saying things in the interview about a crime that was committed that's not already documented in the paperwork, that is telling. Whether he do it, I do it, don't matter who does it. That's telling. So we need to get that work compared to what
Hey, I
he's
just
saying, and let's read what it really say.
You think Pete
Yeah,
feeling
that's
that shit like that bullshit ass interview?
P don't make no comments about nothing. P doing what P do. You notice he ain't made no comments about nothing.
Cause
You know
ain't
what I'm saying?
nobody
P
on their
doing what P
side
doing.
made a comment. That's the
Ain't
crazy.
nobody doing no comment over there about nothing. Motherfucking goddamn. And then what pissed me off is, they released this shit right now strategically because they know Quavo just did this
that
performance over
tribute.
here at the Grammys, this tribute. Then y'all released this shit on the tribute date, piggybacking off that shit, but everybody wanna act like, ain't nothing weird going on.
That's what Tommy said.
That's where we all at, Whack. Hey,
That's
Whack.
what Tommy
And
said.
there's so much shit we could dissect off this interview. It's over for these weirdos. They fucked up.
But I know this. See, the fact that he did this interview, we're gonna see if what he's saying, all that extra shit, such and such fired first and all that, that better be in that work. If that's not in that work,
nah,
he
it's
telling.
not
This is
in it.
bad work then. This is bad work
He
then.
telling.
Whack. I was
If you
at,
got some paperwork that says uh Lil D fired first, right? And it's saying I said that. I'm telling.
he told
If
how
you
he
got
got the
some
gun, how he
paperwork
got the gun and
that
everything.
never has mention of Little D of nobody firing first. All we know is they both had guns. This nigga gun is the murder weapon. That's all we know. That's all we know. We don't know who shot first. We don't know. We ain't got no camera footage. We ain't got none of that. And here I come and say, nah, Lil D fired first. I'm telling. I just added to the information that the law enforcement and the DA did not have.
Whack. He told how they motherfucking got the gun, how they got the gun in the first place. How
Man,
he told how they got the like. Oh, he got it from my son in the trunk. That's telling off top. No, they didn't have that information.
I done been in bad situations with my homeboys where I wanted to help them and could not help them. My nigga Lil Buttons, blood did about 25 years, somewhere around there, for a crime he did not do, for a murder he did not commit, because this bitch ass nigga that called himself J Run got picked up in a gang sweep, and this nigga did a lie snitch. When they pick him up in a gang sweep and they ask him about the murder, he tells these motherfuckers everything that happened. What caliber gun, where the motherfucker got shot at, all this shit. What part of the body he was hit, how many times he was shot. Why y'all think J. Ron knew all this information?
Cause he did it.
He was the one that did, but you know what he said?
The other nigga
Yeah, it
did.
was Lil Buttons did it.
See what I'm saying? See what these
On the
motherfuckers.
scene, Lil Buttons drop his hat to say PPB, Lil Buttons. Lil Buttons, I'm doing you a solid right now because I know you want to tell him, but you home now free and you ain't never told him. So I'm going to tell him. J. Ron, he locked up in Arizona. A nigga name, his last name is Pleasure. He's in Arizona right now doing time off a bunch of weed, right? I can't remember his first name. It's going to come to me, but his last name is Pleasure,
It's either
right?
Jamel or Jamal or some shit like that.
Some shit.
It's
See, this is what
Jermaine.
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 Jermaine
Jermaine.
Pleasure.
Jermaine. Yeah,
Jermaine Pleasure.
Jermaine.
This nigga get picked up in the gang sweep. Police don't know nothing. All they know is PPB was there. It was a gang fight. It's a body. They don't know shit. This nigga go in there, tell the police what caliber gun, right? Where, how many times the nigga was shot, what part of his body he was shot, right? And then, and he's the shooter. He's the real one, right? He puts it on Lil Buttons. They pick Lil Buttons up. They find a hat that say Lil Buttons PPB on the motherfucker. Place him at the scene. Now this where I get put in a twist at. I get a call from Lil Buttons. Wack, what up? Man, you see what's going on? I'm in there fighting a case. That's why I'm going to the pen. What's happening? Yeah, man, I need you to let them know that wasn't me. Let who know? Let the people know that wasn't me.
Negative.
How you know I know? Well, shit, we know who we brought it to. Shit, negative, can't do it. Whack, they gonna give me life. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. You ain't the first one, and you ain't gonna be the last one to go to jail for something they didn't do. Pull Rod the first time to the penitentiary. He went and did 5 years straight for something he didn't do. A lot of us.
I took
They
five for
could.
something I didn't
I,
do.